Evening, how are we? I said it. So, I've been wandering around, obviously since 10 o'clock. It's about 4 o'clock now, so I'm going to start the vlog now. Obviously it's not dark enough yet, so there'll be no footage just yet, just chilling. So yeah, Plus has had 2 evacs. There's a problem with the chain or something. I think it's the tension on the chain, it just keeps cutting out at some random points. So they've had a mess about with it. It must have opened while I charged my phone, and then it went down again, and then they've evac'd. I just don't know why they can't jog it over. It makes it a lot simple, but I suppose safety first. So you know, so that's that. You've got 3 goes on the stealth first thing. So if you come far away, in my opinion, if you get on stealth, you've had a good day. And that's it. You can go home after that. So yeah, about 4 o'clock now. Just going to chill till it gets a bit darker. Do the scare zones in the light and then in the dark. Get some footage for you and review this. I've mainly come for this, to be fair. Legacy, right? So a bit of backstory for Scarefest. I know this is the wrong park. This is Thorpe Park and Fright Nights. But Scarefest, the first year of Scarefest, had a laser show, right? So I've come down for something like this. Yes, I missed it last year. I've not been to Fright Nights for donkey's years. I must be going on for 8-10 years. Just because it took a nosedive, really. The mazes, because basically this park is a victim of its own success. So what used to happen is the rides used to not run, they used to all close, and it used to be absolutely rammed. You know, so I think the ride reliability still, it's obviously all the rides still shut, you know, within the, you know, constantly, or up and down like a yo-yo. But it just seems to be a bit better, and I mean, they all seem to be open a bit more, so to speak. So, but obviously, the tip is for Fright Nights is come the first Sunday or second Sunday. This is the second Sunday. But I've got to make an effort for this, so I've got to have a hotel. I'm just getting on. I'll have to put you a picture in here of the more editing I've got to do now of the t-shirt that you can buy. I'm too old for this sheet. It's a picture of a ghost, so I'll put that in there for you. I must remember to do that. So yeah, so obviously the first year of Scarefest they had some form of like this, not the same scale, no, not fire or anything, just a laser show. So as you might find out when I do go to Scarefest, or Stalefest as it's probably known in the community, because they've only changed one maze and all the other mazes have been there for at least 6, 7, 8 years. You don't quote me on that, but you know what I mean. They've not changed them again, and there's nothing new, no lighting package yet on Wicker Man, blah blah blah. Wrong park, but it'll all come out in the other one. You know, it just seems a bit stale, you know, but obviously not been for this one for a long time, so I don't know what to expect. It's a big change, you know, big time away from Fright Nights, because I've got to make the effort, because it's a long way, 2.5 hour drive, you see. So, but I'm going to stay over and I might do London tomorrow, you don't know, I might even do Chessington. So yeah, been waffling on for about 3 minutes now, so yeah, so that's all I've kind of done, just chilled out and have a nose. Obviously Colossus had its 2 evacs, watched that, and done some Twitter updates for you. So we'll wait for it to get a bit darker, get some more footage for you of the rides, and we'll see where we go from there. So yeah, catch you in a bit. Ta-ra! Evening, hello again, another bit. See, not even seen that. Let me zoom in on that for you. There you go. I think there's one coming. There you go, evening. It's a lovely day today, you know. There you go. Whee! Got that one. That wasn't planned at all, was it? No. Obviously, this this mystery fire effect that we've never seen in a month of Sundays. You know, what a waste of time and effort that is. So at least use it for Fright Nights and get it working, surely. But oh well. There you go. Waste of money. One thing I will point out, right? If you come here, right, to an event, don't expect the normal audio to be on in the area, because obviously Tidal Waves audio, evening, has gone, obviously, from the start. Really, in my opinion, they should start all the Fright Nights audio from 3 o'clock when it all starts. Still 3 o'clock, still way too early, you know, because it's still light. But obviously, if it's busy, you've got no choice, have you? Because 3 o'clock's even worse than Halloween Horror Nights. That starts about 6, and then it gets dark about 7. So you go about an hour and a half without it being dark. So, you know, and then you now got about 5 hours before it gets dark. So, but we'll go through all the scare zones now. But you've got a queue for one of them. They're back to you for Death Doors. So, yeah, catch you in a bit. Evening, just done Colossus. Got on it. It's reopened. We're on train. There you go. So 40 hour wait now. So you won't want to be at the back of that. We're on train on a Sunday at Fright Nights, but at least it's open. But luckily I just walked past it and it was open. So didn't get any evac sadly. So today would be the day if you wanted a Colossus evac. You had to pick a 2. First thing in the morning and then a bit later on. So, right, I've seen a bit. Just thought I'd let you know, just from Colossus. It wasn't that sick, to be fair. Yes, you read that, Red, right? You have read that? Yeah, 95 minutes, because it's back on one train and it's been closed half the day. There you go. 95-minute wait now. Not going to get on that today. Might even be later than, it might be longer than 95 minutes. So yeah, don't know why it's reopened on one train, but you know. So luckily I got on that. So yeah, see you in the next one. 95-minute for Colossus. Sick. Hello, just done shipping container, the scare experience, as I'm going to call it. You know, they could have themed the shipping container. Nice try, that is. But there's it goes on too long, and there's just not enough content. I know it's audio led. It's a nice it's a nice change, permanent dark, but it's not worth the money, because I think it was an extra bolt on. I mean, the other scare mazes will probably be alright, but we'll find out. But yeah, I give that out of 10. The scare rating of probably 3. Really bad. You know, it's got a good start, good build up, and then it falls a bit flat. Based on your level of fear, if you don't like the dark, then it could be really scary for you. So yeah, so that's the terminal. And I believe the invitation is just the same, but you're lying down. So, which is probably not very good, but we'll know. We don't know. But I've not been invited. So if you had your invitation to the invitation, because I haven't, so I can't do it. So on that note, we'll get to the next one. I don't know why this keeps playing Happy Birthday. Don't know whose birthday it is. So yeah. On that note, yeah. So 3 out of 10 for the terminal. Not very good so far. Evening, how are you? Evening. That was quite good actually, it got spotted. So the finale was quite good, to be fair. Give a scare rating of 8 out of 10. So that's quite a good one, that one. Shame it's going, to be fair, but yeah, I quite enjoyed that one. So yeah, scare 8 out of 10 for that one. Dean scare rating. Quite intense, that one. Hello, just done Super Spark Cinema. That one was quite good. A bit chaotic in places, but no, good idea anyway. But that certainly reminds me of Screenfest Burton. It's certainly, you know, good on the outside, you know, like a nightclub, cinema, and then it starts to go weird, you know. So scare rating out of that one, I'd say 5.5. There you go, wasn't that scary? Just a bit of jump scares. So, evening. That one's not closing. I think the track's alright on that one. So, for now, anyway. So yeah, so 5.5 scare for Super Spark Cinema trailers. There you go. Hello again, just got survival games to do, and then I can watch Legacy. That's the main event really, because I missed it last year. It looked good, you know, content, good idea. So yeah, and while I'm on, that's what I wanted to talk about. I do like the mazes that are paid, because it's a lot better, because I've literally only waited 10 minutes or so for each maze. And I think that's about right. The longest one was Creek Freak. Now about 10-15 minutes, if that. You know, and obviously if you cap it, I don't know what, you know, the way they've done it, obviously if you have a Fearsome 3, you know, the trio, then you have a 2-hour time slot to get them all done. If you have the Fearsome 4, then you've got all day to do any order and get them all done. So so I don't know whether it's quiet or whether they've not capped them enough, you know, you're not oversold them. But obviously back in the day, what I remember it, you know, you come, all the mazes would open at 4 and it'd be literally pile on. And because of that, you wait hours and hours and hours for them, which obviously gets degrading eventually, but I'd rather pay a little bit, because all these cost £32 here. So it's quite a lot extra, but obviously if you've got your annual pass, that I don't pay for it, you know, so it's not too bad. Obviously got to get down here and stay. Well, that's what I'm doing, so yeah. But yeah, not too bad. But on top of the price to get in, if you just had a main ticket, you know, let's say that's 30 quid, another 30, so it's 60 quid a day, you know, without food or petrol or anything. So it's a lot extra. Especially, and if you get a bad run through as well, it's like, what's the point? So we'll do survival games and then go and watch Legacy. So catch you in a bit. See what this one's like. Look at that. Getting a pro at that, aren't I? Look at that. Evening, just watched Legacy. I'll get you a bit of footage on the next show for you. You'll see that in the next clip. But before I forget, I need to do survival games, Dean rating, you know, Dean scare rating. So as predicted, I did think, survival games, subspecies. Yes, it's not a carbon copy of that, very different story and everything, but it is a style of subspecies, which is probably what they need, to be fair. You know, they can touch you in that one, and it's the same. So that's Legacy. I've just watched it right at the front. I'll watch it from here at 8 o'clock, and we'll go and do the scare zones and get some food and have a drink. So yeah, worth coming. Yeah, anything with fire in it, because I mean, these little things we used to have a lot back in the day when I was, you know, half a kid. You know, they used to do this stuff all the time, you know, fire shows, laser shows, etc. But then as it's gone on, yes, obviously you see it again and again and again, so it gets repetitive. But then we've kind of stopped it, you know, obviously. But we slowly come back. But then you could say that Alton Towers gets the fireworks. They did do fireworks here, and they exploded a fire engine one year, blows shit up or something. So, you know, it put on, you know, a bit of a joke there. But that was a long time ago, and I think they did it once, and they obviously it didn't work for them. So yeah, so I think this, and the way they've done it, it's got a screen now, but I'll get you footage after this for you. So, oh yeah, Dean's scare rating of survival games was 9 out of 10, because that was quite, you know, full on, you know, as usual it would be. if you think of subspecies, a little bit more smoke, please. Thank you very much. Yeah, so yeah, 9 out of 10 for survival games. Very similar. I won't tell you what it's about, but it's very. Just think of yeah, just waste your smoke fluid, a bit more and a bit more. There you go. So yeah, so yeah, survival games similar to subspecies, but very good. You know, so I say survival games and Creek Freak are the main two, and the other one, you know, and the other two. So, but I'll just go for the 3. Just do the 3. Don't need to go and visit the terminal. You'll be fine without, and you won't miss much. Just shut your eyes, and it's free. So, on that note, I'm going to get some food, have a drink, and do the scare zones, and I'll be back here for 8 o'clock. Ciao. And while I'm going to get my food, right, before I think about it, I think we just look lucky, but I think they know about it by now. So obviously, back in the day, this time of year, you'd have Tidal Wave shut, you'd have Rumba Rapids shut, all closed for the season, ready to go. Evening, you alright? Yeah, you? So, but you'd have lots of rides shut. I know there's about half a week, you know, half a month to go, but they're just not fix them. Or probably Stealth as well, that would probably die before the end of the season. So, but it's nice that everything's open, and obviously Rumba Rapids does shut at dusk. So, so yeah. But obviously everything, even Tidal Wave is open, you know, but it's nice, you know, to keep them open. But it's had a bit of rideage today because it's been quite warm, but who knows on an off-term week in October whether these rides start to shut. But Stealth seems to have been reliable this season. You know, that's why I've not been to Alton Towers. That's why I've not been to Fright Nights, because we had a run-in of, yeah, every time, even normal season, we used to always come to Thorpe Park, and we were begging, absolutely begging, just to have a good day at Thorpe Park. Because you come down, we have to drive a long way, good 150 miles, and beg that we have a good day. But then you know, you have to rush all to the S's, Saw Slammer it was, but Saw Slammer, Samurai, Stealth, all the S's, get them done, rush them out of the way. You know, not today so much, I'm just not as bothered, you know, as long as I've done Stealth, that's fine. But you know, we'll just, there was like a good few years, we're just begging to have a good day here. And then slowly but surely, the ride reliability's got improved, or they've got less busy because of COVID. Obviously, things have changed dramatically, and obviously, I thought, is one going up? We'll get you that. So yeah, and so it's nice because obviously you've got all these things, you know, that risk. You know, yes, they're doing Fright Nights, but X, Y, and Z are shut because it's too cold, or there's a weather delay, or that. Obviously, you have lost an hour because Fright Nights, when I used to come, was 10 o'clock, and they've shaved an hour off that. I'll get you that, and then I'm going to get some food because I'm starving. I'll get some chips, I think, and I'll get a drink. So yeah, I just thought I'd let you know about that. But that's they're just a victim of their own success. They're just so busy. There you go. But then I don't like the way they do. You ready? There you go. Ooh, there you go. Very wet. Too cold as well. There you go. Not ideal. I think a lot of people today have been on it and not realised how wet you get. What was I going to say? Yeah, it's just so far to come. That's the thing. So that's why I've just left it, you know, and just managed with, you know, Scarefest and bits and bobs around the area. But I do believe, obviously, I'll talk about this a bit more. I do believe Towers needs a legacy, you know, something like that. Yes, you've got fireworks, but to oomph for next year, oomph it up. Scarefest, couple of mazes, two new mazes, bin 2 off, and get like a fire / laser / light show, you know, something. Only it doesn't need to be big, you know. Because what you got to remember, simple. Keep it simple, and it's effective. But on that note, there's another one going up. I'll leave you be. You leave me be, and I'll see you in the next clip while I have my food. And I'll see you in a bit. Evening, just done all the scare zones, death doors. Yeah, very good concept. Do like the concept, but sadly, there was doing a survey. The attraction managers were doing a survey at the end, right? Fair enough, they were allowed to do a survey, but one of them questions was, how much would you pay for it as in an individual attraction? So they're already looking at charging people to go through. I said no more than £2, but I wouldn't pay even £2 for it. But it's just greed. You know, if that's the case. Evening, look who it is. It's Rumpelstiltskin. There you go. So no, that's pure greed. If they charge for that next year, pure greed. You know, so not good at all, really. Because it's a new thing they're trying to cotton on already. They know it's a success, I think, and they're trying to get a bit more dough. So we'll see what happens, but I won't pay more than £2 for it. So on that note, I'll get some more footage for you. Ta-ra! Hello, I've had my chips and I've had my classic Coke. There you go, classic Coke. But I can't put that back now. So yeah, chips were not very good, to be fair. So £4 for the privilege. So got to talk about this. So yeah, no, I think towers would benefit for something. Doesn't have to be this big, you know. But I think that's about right, just for towers. Maybe not. Don't need a screen, but obviously you got to come up with a story, and yeah, that's the key. Excuse the pun there. But yeah, I think it's better than last year's, obviously, because it's got a screen and you can see what's cracking off as well as hear it. So yeah, I'll get a bit of footage for you at 8 o'clock. They do 3 shows, one at 7, one at 8, one at 9. So yeah, that was the main thing I come for, to be fair, because I watched it on YouTube this time last year and didn't go, and I thought, but obviously they didn't do it until it was really busy. You know, that after Mad Week. Ooh! No, so but the park's emptied out quite nice. So like I say, first 2 Sundays, I think you're a goer. Yeah, I think a lot come. Just obviously you got your normal Sunday traffic, haven't you? And then people don't realise it's Screenfest. It's Fright Nights. So they go home about 5ish or 6ish when it would normally close. And then you're left with obviously the stragglers that are here for obviously Fright Nights. So I don't know what the queues are like, but it's here, just right, the local area just here feels really quiet. It's probably good, but just doesn't seem really busy today on a Sunday. So, and obviously they're closed tomorrow as well. I didn't think they didn't sell all the rooms because they were doing that £100. I could have spent another £50, stayed in the shark cabins and got unlimited fast track today. But I thought no, I'm not going to. I'll save me £50 and just stay at a local travel lodge for save £50, doesn't it? So I bet that's getting a bit annoying for you, isn't it, with all them lights? We'll go this side and then I can check. Oh, there you go. Ooh, don't want that. So yeah. What else can I tell you? I've lost it. So on that note, I'll end that clip here and we'll be back in a minute. Ta-ra. Yeah, I'm back, obviously. So going off the maze prices, if you do them all, £32. If you just do the 3, which I suggest you do, don't worry about the terminal. I think you could shave a bit more off, but I thought I'll do it because I'm not going to do the invitation at Towers because I'm not been invited. So yeah, I think it's the same company. They chucked it in as a, you know, they didn't have long. It's only been there 2 weeks, and anything based on that, I wouldn't bother personally. You know, only because it just went on a bit too long and you're just sitting there, but obviously you're lying on the other one, I think, and it's all right. But if you're scared of certain things that they do, you know, then you know it might be worth your money. I bet it's really annoying, the lighting there, isn't it, for you? So I'll do this and it might be a bit better than for you. That's it. Ooh. So yeah, I can't remember what else I want to say. Yeah, everything kicks off about 3 o'clock. So I got here for 22:10 and I've been here obviously stopping over because no matter what time you come, whether you come late and leave late, get here late and leave late, you've still got to really stop over if you come in from the Midlands. I drive from the Midlands, you see, so obviously getting down here, it's a trek. Obviously Towers I can do in half hour, you see, so there's no prep involved with Towers, you see, whereas here I've got to kind of stay if you've been here that late. But it would be about 10 by the time you've faffed with the car park if they're not letting you out properly. But it obviously closes at 9 now. Got all the scare zones to do, so I'll do them because I've been informed Death's Doors is really good. I've heard, you know, so I've seen a little bit of it and I think it's good. It's a good concept, shall we say. So yeah. And get on a few rides if I've got time. I'll have an hour. I'll have 45 minutes left. Get some footage for you. Otherwise, this vlog's going to be just me. It's going to be a waffle warning because it would just be. So I've got to get some content in between each clip. So yeah. So it's been an overall success. Yeah. But like I say, just come for this to see what the crack is. And that's what draws me, all this tech and stuff, and I just think that's what it needs. Obviously it was either a last minute decision or they're only going to kind of do it, you know, for the big busy event. Obviously, so like I say, if you're going to come the first 2 weekends. Don't know whether Friday, Saturday's any better, but I'd always recommend the Sunday, because obviously when Experiment 10 was about, I don't know what year that was it 2007? I'm sure somebody can comment when that was an actual maze. But that was the first maze that split you up. There you go, Dean, the fact for you. Experiment 10 was the first ever maze to split the group up. Because you all went into different lockers, and that's it. You were in the maze and they let you out. So, and that's where it all started, and all this splitting up nonsense. So yeah, and that's what you need to make it a bit better. So yeah, and obviously when that was done, it's just that, like I was explaining by tidal wave in the previous clip, there was just a few years of where this place was just constantly, we'd always have a bad visit every time regarding ride. It was so busy, and ride availability, it was just constant, you know. So you'd have to come on a quiet day to have any chance of getting in the rides, and even then you have to like run to everything and just in case. And it just seems, you know, touch wood, that they all seem to be, yes, they all go down every day, you know, up down, but there are, you know, as long as they open at some point, you can't say that they're being closed. So yeah, enough of me rabbling on. A bit more footage for you, but I'll get this for you now, or whenever I'll obviously do some editing, but there'll be a bit of, might be all of it to be fair, if I can be bothered to hold it, but I'll get you a little bit of footage, or all of it, whatever, and I'll all edit it for you. I don't know why they keep playing Happy Birthday, so if it's your birthday when you're watching this, Happy Birthday, because it keeps playing Happy Birthday, and it gets in your head, Happy Birthday, Happy Birthday, and it goes wrong there, it goes creepy there, Happy Birthday. But when you've been listening to this for nearly 12 hours, you know, so, but it works, it's quite ambience thingy, so it all got a notification there, threw me a bit, so yes, on that note, I'm going to see you, get some footage, do the scare zones, and that'll be about 9 o'clock. See you in a bit, and then we'll wrap up outside by that screen that's half working.
Keys. Here in my workshop, I handcraft the keys and doorways that unlock gateways to your worst nightmares. You all look a little nervous. Let me ease the tension with a little music. Tonight, I will take you on a journey into fear. One by one, I will unlock the doors to your worst nightmares. With the turn of each key, I will unleash evil within as I feed off your terror. I wonder which door is hiding your worst nightmare. Let legacy begin. To your worst nightmares.
Welcome to platform 15. It's Halloween.
I shall once again lock the gateways to the evil beyond. But remember, next time you step through the threshold of a doorway, you may have just crossed into your worst nightmare. Good night. Sleep tight.
Guys! It's time for graduation!
Evening, like I said, Sunday, second Sunday of the event. I'm not happy with the dates that they do it, because towers do the same, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then the week of half term. But the week of half term's rammed because the kids are at school, you see. The kids are off. So, like I say, I've just come on to tell you that the park's empty. The park's empty between 7 and 9. So it's now 15 minutes. I'm going to do Vortex. I found my token. So yeah, I'm going to do Vortex, get my token, buy your tokens for the next ride. So yeah, dead. Totally. Everything's almost walk on. So, like I say, if you want to come to this event, you've got to be quick. If you can, don't attempt to come that week, that hell on earth week of half term. Just don't attempt it, because you're not going to have a good experience, because it'll be rammed before you've even started. So yeah, so that's what I'd say. Come on the Sunday. Yeah, and everything's still open. I thought they closed Tideway. They're quite good at doing that. Oh, it's got a problem. Let's shut it early, because no one will go on it, you see, but it's still open. So yeah. See, again, happy birthday. Don't know whose birthday it is. Certainly not mine. So, is it your birthday? Is it your birthday? Is it your birthday? That's why they're playing happy birthday. Is it your birthday? I don't know whose birthday it is. Help! Anyway, see you Vortex. And also, I need to point out, look, somebody's gone round and thought, right, we'll have an animated logo on some of them. Now, if you're going to do that, you need to do them on them all. Some are missing, so if whoever's done this and sees this, you need to do them on them all to make it worthwhile. Some are missing. So yeah, Dean approved. Some have got different. I'll show you vortexes. It was 5 minutes. It's now 0 minutes. Quick! Get in the queue. Got my tokens. Buy your tokens for the next ride. See, look, I like this one. This one's like a nice swirl, but they're not all got them. So let me show you. So whoever's, let's see if we can get you that one. I know that's too bright. Oh yeah, we might get that. No. Oh, there you go. Too bright. Oh, don't. Try and move out the way. No, basically it's just got a little animation that swings round. So yeah, too bright for the screen to see you. There you go. The iconic forces of Vortex. So see you on. Buy your tokens for the next ride. KMG. I said it again. So, sorry this is not at Thorpe Park, but it got a little bit busy at the end of the night. So I bumped into a couple of people and we ended up chatting. And I obviously then didn't do chatting too long that they then missed a train and then I had to drop them off. So obviously I didn't do an outro at Thorpe. This is just the same, so I'm going to put some clips in for you from Facebook, little slides, so you'll be alright, it'll be fun. So just an overall nice chilled out revisit really. It must be nearly 8 to 10 years since I last went or visited Fright Nights, because like I said, every time we visited, whether it was Fright Nights or not, the park was always, oh, some blue lights down there. Yeah, it was always hard work, if you know what I mean. So regarding rides short, really busy, you know, you come back and you just what was the point of going? So, and obviously it was that busy. But to be fair, the park emptied quite quick, like between 6 and 9. So 9 was about right for it to close. So that just a little bit of finish off. So, and I can just summarise what there is. So obviously you've got the crows, haven't you? The crows scare zone that's by Saw Alive. That was quite good. I do like them barrels with the smoke machine in. Simple but effective. Does the job, doesn't it? It's just a pipe and it goes up and it just looks as if it's on fire. Quite like that. I might actually put your picture of them in now for you. I got that, you see. So hopefully I've got enough footage, because otherwise it could be a waffle warning that I'll have to put in for you. You know, footage in between the two clips. Otherwise it's just me, clip after clip after clip. So hopefully I've got enough. But I just forget to do it, you see. I do all the talking clips, but I never really like to film the footage, because I want my footage with no one on the ride, you see. So I don't like to, I know people do like all the artistic shots, but I don't, if I want the artistic shots with the ride, you know, with no one on the ride, you see. Because it's just something that I've always thought of. So if you're doing a picture of a ride or video of a ride, I'd rather it be empty, you see, than random people on there, you see. So that's just something I've done, but I'm sure we'll get through it, and I'll wangle something together as per normal, as per usual. But I did say back service will be a bit better, but obviously I've had something to talk about. You know, on this one, it's all new, you see. So that's my opinion. So obviously you got scare zones, you got death doors. I think the only letdown of the whole thing was this survey that there's about 7 questions, and one of them questions was, how much would you pay, or up to how much would you pay if it was a standalone attraction, you know. So it's like they're already asking, already thinking, can we get this as a chargeable attraction, even though it's a scare zone? So it's just a bit greedy, really, you know, even thinking about it. Don't mean to say they're going to do it, but it's obviously they're thinking about it. And then obviously what value for money was it based on your ticket price as well, bits and bother. But the concept, fine. It is aimed at younger children, I reckon, but still, the concept's there, it's really good. But the groups need to be smaller, I reckon. Because if otherwise you're all fighting against the same doors, you see, and you don't do anything because they've already been knocked, you see. So it's a lot of, it's a big group. It's a good 12, I think, probably more. So it needs to be halved, no more than 8, I reckon. And I think that'll work just fine. But you're batched. It's, you know, I suppose it's got to be batched, even though it's a scare zone, but. So I don't know, but we'll see next year. See whether I did. And one of the questions was, would you want it to come back next year? And obviously, I said yes. So, but that's the only question out of that one was a bit bit bizarre, but it's just the sheer greed of it, you know what I mean? It's already, you know, they're now trying to get more money back off you regarding the scare zones and stuff. It's just bizarre. So it's just a shame, really, because it's, you know, you've got to have something for free, so to speak, you know, because you've got nothing now. Yes, I know, but I do like I say, that, you know, in other clips, I do like that I've only had to wait about 15 minutes per attraction, for the sake of, you know, £32, which I could have got away with without doing the terminal, if I'd have known. But for the sake, but then if you don't buy them all, because this is the way they do it, you buy the 3 one, you get 2 hours to do it, and you got to start at trailers. And then if you buy the 4 one, you've got all day, and there's no time slots then to do them all. So that's how they do that. So I don't want to waffle on too much more, because obviously it's not just me drivelling on. So you got the scare zone. So the Crows scare zone, I can't remember what that one's called, by Saw Alive, that it was near Saw. Quite theatrical, that one, that was fine. Death Stores, like I say, good concept. Just shame about that survey question. And then you got that trailer, didn't you? Trailer of the buckwheats, I think it is, going round every so often. They were tied away, but they move round, they do. So yeah, it's not that scary on that, but you know, it's nice that you've got all the scare zones, because towers can't make their mind up whether they want them, whether they don't. So yeah, but we'll go through all that when I do actually get to visit Scarefest, and we'll explain the difference, because I think Thorpe are winning at the moment. But depending on what market they want to go for, you see, this is the thing. Thorpe have always gone for a bit more intense stuff. Obviously, other than when Alton Towers did Subspecies. So, and we've lost that. I don't think we really got any intense scare maze anymore. So, which is just a shame, and it's just a bit meh. So yeah, so you've got, so quickly run through the mazes and Dean's scare rating. So you've got, so what was the first one? Terminal, 3 out of 10. Nothing to write home about. Dean will put, yeah, nothing to write home about. What was the other one I did? So that was that one. Creek Freak, yeah. Really enjoyed that one, to be fair. Got spotted, like I said. I think that was an 8 out of 10. Then did trailers. Bit of a mishmash. When I say a bit chaotic, I think, you know, there's too many people in the maze, you see, and just they don't know where they're going and stuff. Not really any scares in between, you know, with each one, or just one actor per room, you see. I just didn't like the flow kind of thing. Good sets, you know, and it all worked kind of thing, but it was just not all there, if you know what I mean. Just not quite all come together, so to speak. But obviously, like the end bit, if you don't want any spoilers, but I won't go into that. But yeah, good thing that they've put in there. Good set design thing that you use for events and stuff. Yeah, very nice. And then survival games, which I think that's obviously new for this year, I think, and that was well worth. They're trying to be subspecies, but they've put their own spin on that, and you know, which is fine. You know, it's totally different. I've got a few pictures of it, which I can probably put there for you more editing. Put you a couple of pictures on there with this, like, fake cult, so to speak, on that. And then while I look out the window, I am currently in Staines, and this is by Two Rivers, and I keep hearing this head, Two Rivers, no. I keep making that up. But just to let you know, right, if you do stay at Staines, there is a car park. It's free after 6. It's at Two Rivers, because this is at Two Rivers. And obviously somebody's pressed the help button. But basically, if they have any antisocial cars or, you know, people with the, you know, boy racer cars, so to speak, you have to press the button, because they close the car park. They stop the barriers coming in. You stop anybody coming in. And if they ask you why you're coming in, and then they'll let you in. So, so yeah. I'll sort of let you know on that one. Never had that before, but I've got no ticket now, so hopefully they don't charge me anything. But I think you can just pull up to the barrier without a ticket, and it knows how long you've been in. But if you leave before 7, enter after 6, leave before 7, it'll be free. So hopefully it doesn't know when I entered, because he lifted it up manually, so it might not charge me anyway, and just let me out. So, so yeah, I thought, and that's what normally I stay on the M4, you see. Not literally on the M4, but I stop at Heston, because it's normally quite cheap, and it's free parking. That's the problem. You've got to, as much as it's good staying at a travel lodge, you've got to check out where you've got to park and how much the parking fees add on to the cost. Because if it's £8 each time, then you've got to add that on to your cost to your room, and then it makes it, you could go somewhere else a bit closer or further out, and you've saved you £8, haven't you? So on that note, I'm going to leave you, because otherwise I'll be blabbing on. So hopefully you enjoyed this one. I think I've got it now. So that's where my mugshot will be when I've done it. I've not done them on the last 2, but mugshot, that'll be the next one it thinks for you. I'll get YouTube to decide on that one, because they don't run now, you see. They're just single vlogs, so there's not another series to go and watch, so to speak. So so yeah, so that's that, and then I'll obviously get some slides for you that I'm going to make shortly, which I will have slotted in from Facebook. Will you've already seen, or maybe it's coming in a minute, so who knows. So yeah, overall, thumbs up to Thorpe for Fright Nights. Obviously, thumbs down if you're going to think to charge for that attraction already. That's a big thumbs down for me, if that's what they're planning to do before the event's even ended. You know, it's just, I mean, how much more do you want? Do you want everything to be, you know, you don't get anything for free for Fright Nights? Because, I mean, yeah, because that's what they did. They used to up the price of the tickets to like 50 quid or whatever it was, and then you got everything for free inside. You know, but obviously, you know, if they're thinking of that, then, you know, everything that you got in there is, you know, was free before, but then even the mazes now are all paid. So, but it does bump it up quite a bit if you're a family and you've got to pay to get in just the once. But a lot of people came today just for a normal day, so they didn't know it was Fright Night. So by 6 o'clock, people were coming out. It was literally almost empty by 9 o'clock. So that's 30 minutes of waffle warning, that is. I won't put a waffle warning in because I think I'm not waffled, but it's genuine information. I would have done this outside by the broken screen, which I might get you a picture of there for you. See, I've got lots of editing to do now. Put that screen in there, which wasn't too bad, but I might actually, I'll put it there, but it won't be a very good clear picture, I'm afraid. But I'm going to tell you that now, because it's not my camera, obviously. It's just the way that it's took the picture, and I didn't realise. So, but I might be able to tweak it. So yeah, so overall success, apart from charging for another scare, you know, walk through scare zone. That, well, it doesn't necessarily mean they will, because if everybody says no, I did say maximum £2. Not that I'd pay £2, but I just thought, you know, I think that's a reasonable amount if you need to put that. But obviously, really, I should have said no. because then if everybody says no, they're not going to charge, are they? But I don't think many people would. But he clearly asked the wrong person, because that's gone straight on Twitter. But we all need to say. So if you're watching this now, find my Twitter. I'll move over. Look, big writing there, Dean 8001 there. But I will have done a slide anyway, so I'm going to do this every video from now on. There'll be a slide. So I'll introduce the slides now, and then I won't need to introduce them going forward, and they'll just be at the end. So there'll be one slide. If you enjoy these videos, please consider, please press the thumbs up button. If you enjoy the video, that obviously helps me see how many people have enjoyed it. So if you enjoyed the video, press the thumbs up, and what the other thing it will say, to consider subscribing if you enjoy them or enjoy this content. So so then at the end of the video there'll be my mugshot, like I say, and then there'll be another video there. But if you hover over that mugshot, it says subscribe, and if you want to, please subscribe if you enjoy the content. And then I know that you enjoy the content, and then I know that new people are joining that spur me on to do more stuff. So there you go. But I'll do them two bits. So that will be consider subscribing and pressing the thumbs up button, and then obviously my Twitter and my TikTok on that one. But I think I've already made my Twitter for that. That's for live updates, so I'll put that in there. Big Dean 8001, and go and find that tweet. Like I said, so that's what I was saying. Find that tweet that I've obviously put about that, and then comment on it. Tag Thorpe Park in it as well, and say 0, and then hopefully we'll get the message across that no, it's a scare zone and it's not to be charged. Must go, because that's nearly 20 minutes. That will be a waffle warning, but we're 17 minutes in a minute. So I hope you enjoyed this one. Like the video and subscribe if you feel that you would like to. And on that note, I'll catch you in the next one. Ta-ra. See ya.